God, don't you just hate Halloween masks? All of that, like, the smell of the paint and the plastic and the moulding and ugh. Either way, that's mine and I rather like it. Well, the look of it anyway. Okay, welcome to my series on true supernatural stories. This is when people like you email me to my email address, nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, your own true supernatural story. Now it has to be true. If it happened to you, say so. If it happened to somebody else, tell me it happened to somebody else and they've told you, so that I'll then be able to, know. And this is also that people can make up their own mind, which I personally think is very important. Alright, so try and keep this like true, honest and decent. Send me that email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com and your story will be included in the show. And then everyone can think for themselves and work stuff out, and the more stories we get out there in the world, then the more curiosity people will have, and maybe the more research people will want to do at some point in the future. Who knows? This is today's story. It says, when I was about 9 or 10, I made a circle with letters and lit a candle. In the middle I used to say, "Is there anybody there?" And then one night, out of the blue, I heard deep breathing all around my bed, and I was terrified. And then my mother bought us bunk beds. It got worse, and it used to shake the beds. I was on the top bunk, and I jumped down with fear into my little brother's bed, and the breathing went all around his bed, and that went on well over a year. I used to scream until my dad came in, and one night my mother was out, and a softly spoken woman's voice said, "It's all right, Anne, your mum's in." After the first time I heard the woman's voice talking, she then used to whisper my name every now and then, but I would just scream as I was so afraid. And that went on for a few years. Just every now and then I would hear breathing or someone singing in a strange language. And now it's left me with feelings I get when there's something about to happen. And I do have dreams, as warnings. Now I don't watch horror movies or anything like that. I just thought maybe you'd like to comment on that, as I'm no good at telling stories, but that's mine and it's true, so help me God. Well, I'll tell you one thing, you do know how to tell a story. And thank you very much indeed for that story. What kind of comment can I give on that? Well, it's very difficult to say. One thing we can say is it's a very strange experience. On the basis that it happened the way that you said, and you haven't missed out any details, it really is truly curious. I would of course like to ask whether you heard these words as if they were being said by someone and the air was vibrating with a sound, or whether that was like an impression that somehow like appeared in your mind as if something was zapping you in the head, like it did with me with one of my weird experiences from when I was young. But all the same, it's a strange experience. This sort of thing could happen as far as I'm concerned. So, I guess it's up to you. Now, if you'd like to submit a story, quite simply send it through to nickdutchtarot, which is all one word, all lowercase, @gmail.com. Okay, if you want to remain anonymous, say so. If you want me to mention your name, again, say so. And I'd be happy to include it in this little series. We can try and get more and more and more of these stories out there, and that can inspire more people to eventually become, if not something like me, then something like what they want to become, associated with all these weird and wonderful subjects. Thank you for listening. Sleep tight. Oh, and one more thing.